Traffic stops are the most common encounter that law enforcement will have with the public. And the goal today is to hear from you and to hear your thoughts and to hear your experiences.
Now, clearly there is a divide that exists in all of our communities. Trust. Do we trust? Should we trust? And on it goes from there. What we are liking is that we are liking in getting to know each other. Why should I be the one? And then you have people who are engaged in enforcing the law as they see it. Wonder why should they be the one? Now don't think for 1 minute that I'm going to convince anyone in here to alter or change their minds about anything. Just telling you what we're doing. Anybody who has something to say that they think might be offensive, don't say it. Say it. You're saying it opens that door. And if we don't get the door open, we're not going to accomplish a whole lot here. Let it out. Let it out respectfully.
Geraldo, Reyes, State Representative, 75th District.
I'm Maureen, Platt, and I'm the state's attorney for the Judicial District of Waterbury.
Fernando, Spagnolo, police chief here in Waterbury, Connecticut.
My name is Michael Roberts. I'm an attorney at the Connecticut Commission on Human Rights and Opportunities.
If we're going to stop this, then we need to hold everyone accountable. People are not necessarily going to change their minds. I'm not about trying to change your minds. I'm about trying to change your actions.
Has any female that's in the room here has ever been stopped by a police officer and she thought it was unlawful?
I have been stopped multiple times. On one occasion, 3 times in a week.
Do we get it right all the time? No. We made 11,000 stops in 20 months. It's a lot of stops.
How many blacks? How many Hispanics?
Out of the 11,047 stops made over the course of the last 20 months, 67.05% of those people were white. 32.03% of those people were black. 3,632 were Hispanic in ethnicity.
I'm part of a movement called Rise of the Moors. We had a Second Amendment class, and the Providence police was stacked on each side of the building, and we went outside and we faced them. When you deal with the Moors, you got to understand you're dealing with diversity of citizenship.
Policing is complicated. The reasons for disparities are complicated, and it requires us engaging in an honest conversation about what's causing the disparities and departments being willing to say, okay, we'll look at that.
Now you can couch it in socioeconomic terms, you can couch it in other BS terms, and this is not a knock at you. We try to find excuses to keep from talking about the real problem, which is indeed racism. The reality is it exists.
Police have to be accountable just like every other citizen. Is there a way that we, for each stop, can we request a probable cause statement?
The simple answer is yes.
We want you to respect us. Black, white, that's legal status. I could give it all to you.
Because I know law enforcement posts some real racist things. I just brought an incident actually to the CHRO where they posted something and advocated to put Muslims on nooses and hang them.
I want to speak to what I'm feeling in terms of the tension in the room, because sometimes this frustration is from feeling unheard. Is there a mechanism in the police department where you have an ongoing dialogue with the members of the community?
In Waterbury, there's 23 different neighborhood organizations that are very active and vibrant. We have an open dialogue. There is communication that's going on. You really can't accomplish trust unless you have a relationship first. And you certainly can't have a relationship unless you can have open lines of communication that people believe in and they know are transparent. I'll try anything.
Community relations is fine, but I think that the topic of racism in specific needs to be an area of discussion that's concentrated on in the police departments with the community.
Everybody has implicit bias. We understand that there's racism, and we work on that. When we look at our training, each and every officer in the Waterbury Police Department over the course of the last 18 months has been trained in implicit bias from the Department of Justice.
There were swastikas painted on Cook Street, right in Fulton Park last year, yes?
We have no complaints, we have no information about any white supremacist activities that are occurring in Waterbury right now. There was an issue up in Cook Street. I think it may have even been longer than that. And frankly, I don't recall the outcome of that. I believe there was an arrest made.
When I was talking about that white supremacist officer, it was the officers within the department that went after him. So not all law enforcement are racist. I just want to clear that up.
We have to invest in finding a way to do it. We have to invest in that. And that means listening and talking to everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
So, but it's license, driver's license, registration, and insurance card. No, to operate your vehicle on the public highways in the state of Connecticut.
Take the Walnut Street area, for instance, you live in that area, and the police automatically come in that area, they automatically think they have probable cause. So is it probable cause or is it profiling?
A lot of racial profiling could be based on unconstitutional and not probable cause.
If there are issues where you think that you've been stopped for no reason whatsoever, you should certainly bring those to our attention, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that.
If you was in our shoes, what would you do if you felt uncomfortable to the point where we can't even trust you enough to protect and serve us the same way you protect and serve each other? In order to end racial profiling between Hispanics, Black, and police, you have to change the way you think about us.
It's been a pleasure having you here, and I just want to bring it to a close so you have an opportunity to talk. Thank you very much for being here.